close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Bailey TV. It's been an incredibly long time since I've last done a show. Listen, I'm going to get into talking about the Arsenal Leeds game, which is coming up on Sunday. But I just want to tell you where I've been. So I know a lot of you in the comment section under the recent videos and my posts have been asking where I was. So if you bear with me a little while, and I will just tell you all what's been happening. So as you know, the last content I did was for the Brentford game. I actually looked at it yesterday, and yeah, it was the 18th of September. So around before the Brentford game, my dog got sick. Unfortunately, just went off his food, stopped eating, and yeah, he just was quite unwell. So I went to the Brentford game, come back, and yeah, he was still not eating his food. The day after, unfortunately, he had to go into the vets. Unfortunately, as you know, yeah, my guide dog was very sort of unwell. He had to go in to the vets. They run a load of tests on him. They run sort of like, they took blood samples from his spleen, from his liver. They actually ultimately ended up removing his spleen because they found that it was enlarged. He was in the vets for about a week. Unfortunately, he didn't improve. I seen him on the Sunday. I can't remember what game it was. Oh no, it must have been the international break. I went in on that Sunday and spent time with him in the vets. This was after his operation. Then that week, on the Tuesday, he'd come out of the vets. He went to a friend of ours who looked after him while he was recovering from his operation. But unfortunately, on Tuesday, which was, it must have been 2 or 3 weeks ago now, but he got the results back from all the tests that they'd done, which was basically they took samples from his liver, they took samples from his spleen, and unfortunately they came back that he had liver cancer, which was on that Tuesday. So yeah, unfortunately my dog had liver cancer. And then on the Friday, unfortunately there was no improvement, and they said to me that unfortunately there's no cure for it, and yeah, I had to put him to sleep. So if you guys are wondering where I've been, that's essentially where I've been. I've been dealing with my dog, my guide dog, having liver cancer, and then making the very tough decision to put him to sleep. So I'm now without a guide dog. Obviously coming to terms with the fact that I haven't got a guide dog. I've got to go back through the process to get another dog, and then also trying to go through the process of getting over the fact that my dog had to be put to sleep at 4 years old, because he was only 4 years old. Very, very young to be getting liver cancer. And yeah, he just deteriorated so fast. You know, on the Friday that we had to put him to sleep, He had lost all his muscles. He had lost um, all his all his bones and stuff like were not. It was pretty horrendous, to be honest. Yeah, it was pretty horrendous thing to go through. So yeah, that's where I've been uh, for the last couple of weeks. So apologies, there has been no content. So yeah, pretty traumatic. And I remember saying after the Brentford game that I was back permanently, wasn't I? And I realised I've said it so many times. Oh, I'll be back, and then I'm back permanently. But I am back permanently now. I just hope you guys understand, but I needed to take some time to process everything that's gone on over the last couple of weeks. And it's a shame as well because we've been doing really well as a team. Arsenal, there've been lots of brilliant stuff to talk about. But yeah, unfortunately, I've had all that going on. But yeah, I am back now permanently, and I'm going to kick on with the channel. Big up Steve, big up Mike. But yeah, big up Steve, big up everybody in the chat. But yeah, apologies, there's been no content. But yeah, that's where I've been. But I'm back permanently. And I'm going to bring you guys some great content. Also, I've been doing a lot of thinking as well about the channel and the direction that I want it to go in and stuff. And obviously, I'm still going to continue with the Arsenal content and the football content. But I am going to start a new podcast. I know I've been saying this for a while, but I'm going to do a new podcast. So if for whatever reason I do get a little bit busy, then I'm going to still have content to put out there. But yeah, I'm going to do the podcast and do a podcast. And it's not necessarily going to be football related. It might be it's going to be more kind of sports related, mainly sports people, but there'll be other people on there who I interview as well on that podcast. So I'm just in the process of setting that up and maybe looking to bring that, maybe introduce that for the new year. But I'm still going to keep doing this football content and the Arsenal content, but I want to do something that is unique to me, and it might not be unique to other channels, because I know other channels on YouTube do podcasts, but I want to do a podcast and interview various people and really kick on and just do something else as well as the Arsenal content, because I realised that there's a lot of competition when it comes to putting out Arsenal content. But whereas podcasts, there's quite a lot of podcasts, but people still listen to podcasts. And so yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be getting some guests lined up, and like I say, the podcast probably won't be every week or so. It'll probably be when it's going to be sort of quality over quantity approach. But I'm interested in doing that, and there will be some familiar faces on it, and there will be some people that are not necessarily football related, but that will be on it as well. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking. And then obviously I'm still going to continue doing the previews, the reviews, and other content on here as well. So yeah, it's just something little different for me to get stuck into, really. But yeah, big up everybody in the chat as well. Do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe button. Let's talk about Arsenal, because there's a lot to get through. And I know I've titled it the Leeds. I'm going to look ahead to the Leeds game, but how good have Arsenal been? Like, seriously, how good have we been? Like, beating Tottenham, beating Liverpool. It's been absolutely amazing, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's been really brilliant. I've been really impressed. And I did go to the game on Sunday against Liverpool. I am actually going to the game against Leeds, and then I'm going to the 2 Eindhoven games. I'm going to the home game at the Emirates, and I'm going to Holland as well. I'm actually going over to Holland for the Arsenal game. I'm looking forward to that trip as well. It should be really good. But yeah, how good have Arsenal been? Like honestly, let me know your thoughts and I'll read some comments. And obviously, we've got a massive game against Leeds at the weekend. We've got a massive opportunity to keep pace with Man City. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to win the title because I genuinely believe that Man City have just got the better squad right now. And I think we're as good as we've been. It's going to be a step too far to go and win the title. I think we need more strength and depth, which we haven't got at the moment. And obviously, Man City have got that. And listen, Man City are just a quality side. Where we've got an advantage over Man City is that we haven't drawn a game this season. You know, we've won all our games apart from one, and that one was the defeat against Man United. Like we don't draw many games, or we haven't drawn many games, which is an incredible achievement in itself. You think Man City, obviously, they drew against Villa, they drew against Newcastle. We've not drawn. I realise we're yet to play those teams, but isn't that an incredible thing that we're just racking up the wins? And it's we've only got that one defeat against Man United, and even then you could probably look at that game and say actually we were a bit unlucky to lose that game. Just naivety's cost us in that game. So look, we're having a really good season. We can't, there's still a long way to go. We can't get carried away. But right now, as we sit here and I talk to you guys, we're having a good season. And right now we are challenging Man City. Whether we're going to stay like that, it is another question entirely. But right now, I'm so pleased with the football that we've been playing. I'm pleased with the quality that we've shown on the pitch, individual quality. But yeah, listen, how are you guys? How are you guys? Big up King Tony, Mr. B for life. Big up Mike. But yeah, it's just like honestly, how you guys been? Yeah, big up everybody in the chat. Do hit that like button; it's really important. But yeah, we've been really good. We've been really good. But it's just incredible, isn't it? It's just incredible how we've progressed as a club. To go through this season and to win every game bar one. I think right now we've got to be pleased with the way we're playing. We couldn't do any more. The performances have been great as well. Last season, right? And I'm going to come on to the Leeds game. But last season, we were winning games, but not really the performances weren't there. This season, we're winning games and the performances have been absolutely amazing. And I have to talk about this as well, because obviously I've not been around, Jesus, nearly a month. I've not been around. So I have to talk about this. The atmosphere at games, the atmosphere at the Emirates has just been superb. And the atmosphere at away games has just been really good. But it's just been mad. It's been really, really good. Yeah, listen, I ain't gonna get into that. Mr. B for like, listen, I'm just gonna leave that well alone. Do you know what I mean? That topic of conversation. I don't want to get shut down when I've just come back. So yeah, I'm leaving that well alone, mate, to be honest. But yeah, it's just been absolutely mad. It's been really brilliant. Absolutely fantastic the way we've been playing. Um, Listen, let's come on to the Leeds game. Leeds at the weekend. I'm going up there to Ellen Road. I actually leave tomorrow. I'm going tomorrow, staying overnight, and then going to the game on Sunday. 2 p.m. kickoff. The game is, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, we can get the 3 points. What I'm loving about this season as well is the balance up front, the balance in midfield, and the balance in defence. For the first time in ages, we've actually got balance. Like I alluded to earlier when I was talking about, I don't think we're good enough to challenge Man City. I don't think we've got the strength in depth to challenge Man City for the title. I still agree with that, with what I said. I still think that we need strength in depth. However, if all our players can stay fit, and this is the big issue, right? If all our players can stay fit, then we could put in a title challenge, and we can keep this momentum. The problem is that we've got a World Cup in November. We're going to lose momentum from that. Everybody's going to lose momentum the moment the Premier League breaks and everyone goes off to the World Cup, and then you never know. When players come back from the World Cup, what state they're going to be in, whether they're going to be injured or, you just don't know what happens. So that's another thing that we got to contend with. Like I say, not just us, but every team. And then the other thing is we tend to get a lot of injuries. Arsenal are well known for the injury record, So, look, whilst I think we are completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, whilst I think we're putting in a challenge right now, I still think we've got a long way to go. But listen, Leeds Sunday, absolutely crucial that we get 3 points, especially when you look at and it's hard not to look at Man City as our rivals right now, because that's who we're competing with. We're at that table right now. We're at that table, so we need to get those 3 points because they've got Liverpool, and if Liverpool can do a number, we go 4 clear of Man City. And I know it's early days, but actually, listen, if we are going to challenge Man City, which right now, and I said this earlier, and I'm going to keep saying it, right now we are. Whether we stay there is a whole different ball game, but right now we have to deal in reality, and the reality is right now we are challenging with Man City. Whether we can sustain that over the course of the season, it's a different thing. But if we can keep a lead on them, anything's possible. I know we've still got to play them. We've still got obviously we were due to play them on Thursday, I believe, but that got changed because of the PSV game getting postponed. So we've still got to play them. But it's mad, absolutely mad. Absolutely mad, the fact that we are up there. So if we can win against Leeds, and I do fully expect us to win against Leeds. So apologies there, I've got bloody things going off in my ear with the speech and all that. But yeah, if we can beat Leeds and keep that momentum going, it's all about keeping the momentum. We've firmly got the momentum. And look, yesterday wasn't a great game. There were mitigating circumstances as to why yesterday wasn't a great game. And, I fully expect us to beat Leeds. Do you know the one thing I will say about this Arsenal team is that I'm going to games now feeling confident. I'm going to games going, do you know what? We're going to win. We're going to win. More often than not, last season and maybe the season before, I was going to games that we should win. You sort of looked on it and going, well, we should win it because we're Arsenal, but you just don't know. But now I go to games and I'm like, Leeds, yeah, we've got to win that. This winnable game. You know, we've come through the tough tests, which have been Tottenham and Liverpool. Liverpool more so was a bigger statement than beating Tottenham. And the reason why I say that is because we beat Tottenham before. We've sat there and we've had um, good results against Spurs, and then we've gone on to face the top two, being Man City and Liverpool. And we've not got the result. Now we've got the result on Sunday, and I know there's a lot of you in the chat that could argue, oh well, you know, the penalty shouldn't have been a penalty, and one of the goals should have been offside. Do you know what? I don't really care about all of that bollocks, because how many times have we played these top teams and not got the rub of the green? It's about time we got the rub of the green. So we fully deserved that win on Sunday. We fully deserved to win, and I just hope people give us the plaudits for that. You know, because I've seen people since that game make excuses, going, "Oh well, Liverpool weren't at their best, and you know, one of the goals should have been offside," and all this bollocks. Instead of just giving us credit, why not just give us credit? Because the problem is, we're going against now the media narrative of Arsenal, and I get the media narrative because we've been like it for so long now, haven't we? How many times have we sat here and we've just not really gone anywhere? But this season, I do feel like something is building at Arsenal, and you know, you guys on YouTube, you know, watching me might not understand this, but when you go to the games, and I know George, if you're still in the chat, you'll probably know this as well, but going to the games, it's just been completely different. Walking into the Emirates has just been completely different. And it's just been incredible. The incredible atmosphere. Like, honestly, I really enjoy going to watch Arsenal. I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed going to watch them before. But I really enjoy watching Arsenal now. You know, I really enjoy watching this Arsenal team. The atmosphere, the fans, it's brilliant. It's how many times have we sat here, and certainly I've gone to the Emirates and I've come out of it going, do you know what? Do you know what? It's just been a horrible place to go. But this season, and even the away games, has been fantastic. Like, it's incredible, and I do feel like we're building something, and I don't fear the big teams now. I feel like we've got enough, certainly in our starting 11, to challenge that. And if we can get into the Champions League, we need to dine at that top table. This season is the season where we get into the Champions League. We need to dine at that top table so we could bring in some more quality players. And look, let me tell you, we're going in the right direction. Whether you like or dislike Arteta, we're going in the right direction. I'm fully happy with the way we're going as a club right now. Honestly, I can't. There's not really any negatives for me now. Gotta be honest. There's not really any negatives. Now, having said that, the Liverpool game was fantastic, but I do worry about a couple of players losing form. I worry about Gabriel a little bit. He's lost form this season, but you know, we've been playing really well, honestly. And if we can get the result against Leeds, keep a couple of points ahead of Man City. Listen, right now, we're in the driving seat. Right now, it's up to Man City to chase us. They may have all the Galacticos and they may have the better team and the better squad, but we've got the points on the board. And ultimately, that's what counts, is having the points on the board. And yeah, they're unbeaten, but ultimately they've dropped 4 points because of them 2 draws. We've only dropped 3 points. You know, they've dropped. Yeah, they've only dropped. Yeah, they've no, they've dropped. Yeah, 2 point. Yeah, four. They've dropped 4 points. So ultimately, you've just got to go with the flow. Listen, you know, we've got to enjoy this moment. Obviously, we've got to be cautious as Arsenal fans. And I'm not saying for it, you know, any stretch of the imagination that actually let's get carried away and go, oh, we're going to win the league. But because look, winning the league is difficult in itself. Winning the league when you're up against a Man City is even harder. And then you throw into the fact that they've got the strength in depth. Then you throw into the fact that when it comes down to the business end of the season, when we get into the latter stages of the Europa League, when we get into the latter stages of the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and then the league, you know, with the squad that we've got, unless we strengthen, if we strengthen in January, then it could be a completely different ball game. But I don't know, like it's incredible the way we're playing right now. Windy Scousers as all normal. Holland to get 5 at the weekend. Listen, let me tell you, Holland's not human. Do you know what I mean? Holland's not. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Gabriel, joker, absolute joker. Absolutely. But yeah, everybody hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Big up Russ. Oh, look. I have a look, the wife's in the chat. That's a first. Think we have cities. Oh, you're on about Brentford. Yeah, listen, you guys are listen, City are just a different level. Big up Anarin Jones. So yeah, for anybody who's joining late, yeah, for anybody who's joined late, listen, I want to just go over my absence. So for those of you that don't know, and I know a lot of you in the chat were here at the start, but for those of you that don't know, yeah, unfortunately, it's been a bit of a mad couple of weeks. I found, you know, my dog got sick. I had to take him to the vets. He unfortunately had to have an operation to have his spleen removed because it was enlarged. In the course of the operation, they run some tests on his spleen and liver, and subsequently found out that he had liver cancer. And then I think it was about 2 or 3 Fridays ago, had to make the tough decision to put him to sleep. Because the cancer just literally, and it happened so quick as well, because before the Brentford game, he was fine. He was actually healthy, and it was only during that week that he stopped eating his food, and then you know, at the end of the Friday where we had to put him to sleep, he just looked so different. Like he honestly, he looked like. And the vets actually told us that actually, if he'd had stayed alive, he probably would have passed away during the weekend anyway. So yeah, that's where I've been. For those joining late, if for anybody that's coming in and wondering where I've been, yeah, unfortunately, I had to put my dog to sleep, and he was only 4 years old as well. So yeah, I've got to. It's been a mad couple of weeks. So yeah. But like I said, I'm back now, and I am back, and I'm going to bring the content. Like I say, I'm going to try and bring some. I'm going to bring a video from. I'm going to Holland. Um, so yeah, I'm going to Holland, and hopefully I'll do some videos. Like I said, I'm going to work on this podcast. I'm actually going to spend some time next week designing the cover art for the podcast platforms, like Apple Podcasts and that. But it will be going up here on YouTube as well. So, and then I'm going to line up with some guests and stuff. I'm still going to do the Arsenal content as well, like I said for you, because I did sort of explain this a while ago in the stream. But yeah, I am going to do the Arsenal content as well. But I'm going to do this podcast as just something else that I want to do, that I want to bring to the channel, and then obviously bring to podcast platforms. And like I said, it's not going to be solely Arsenal related, because I do that anyway on this channel, don't I? I get guests on and we talk Arsenal and we talk stuff. But this podcast is going to be different guests from different sports, from different things. So it's going to be it's just going to be something different to do alongside this, the regular content that I've been doing for the last 2 to 3 years. There will be some familiar faces and there will be some not. Steve says needs a wife to keep me in order, mate. Honestly, let me tell you. And Aaron says, "So sorry to hear that. Have you got a new guide dog yet?" Not yet, unfortunately. So I've got to go through the process, which I'm going through. I'm starting the process on Tuesday. So they're coming out to do like the assessments and stuff, and then it would just be a waiting game. So I could be waiting a year, I could be waiting 6 months, I could be waiting 3 months. It just depends on whether they find me the right dog. So yeah, it's not going to be a quick process, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just been a mad couple of weeks. It's been crazy. But like I said, I'm back and I'm going to throw myself into this channel. I realized that this year, and I was thinking about it yesterday, I realized that this year has been I've been really crap with this channel. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it's, I've been total shit. Considering in January, I was like, oh, this is going to be the year. And then everything just gets in the way. Life, bloody, with what happened to me dog. And he's been sick on and off for a while. So he's had bouts of an upset stomachs for a while. And, we put it down to just, having a really sensitive stomach. But obviously, ultimately, he had cancer. And, we don't know how long he had the cancer for. And unfortunately, with guide dogs, is they're so resilient that they don't show that they're ill until they're really ill. And unfortunately, with my dog, unfortunately, it got so bad right at the end. And hindsight's a wonderful thing. But yeah, I realize I've been so really shit with this channel. Honestly, I realize I've not been. I know you guys have been asking me and bringing the content back, but I am gonna really work out. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna, like I say, I'm bringing this podcast, and then I'm gonna grow this channel. I'm gonna put everything I've got into this channel, and the World Cup's coming up as well. So I'm gonna do some watch-alongs. I'm gonna do some World Cup watch-alongs. And actually, a good thing, I was saying to you guys, slightly going off topic of Arsenal, but I know you guys, absolutely don't mind this. But I was saying to you guys a couple of I think it was a couple of months back on a stream, I was saying I was struggling with the images, to design the images, like when you watch other YouTubers and they give, they can do all that visual stuff because, they obviously can see to do it. But I think I've got a solution. So I think I may have cracked that little barrier that's been holding me back for quite some time. And then also, I've got other people. I've got people to come on board and help me with the just to help me with the visuals. So that should be a lot easier for me as well. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm going to throw everything into this channel. I'm going to throw everything in and get back on track and really grow this because I want to get this channel. I want to get this channel at least past 5K. Mike says, "How long will you have to wait for another dog?" Yeah, like I say, anywhere from a year, 6 months to a year. It just depends. How long's a piece of string? Because they match you with the dot, to what you need it for. So big up all devices. You can't just have any you can't just have any old dog. But yeah, do hit that like button, guys. Yeah, big up. But yeah, do smash the like button, guys. Let's have a look. Big up Arsenal Manic. But yeah, big up to you. But yeah, do smash the like button, guys. Honestly, really, please smash that like button. But yeah, like I said, I'm really going to kick on with this channel. I'm gonna proper kick on with this channel because I realize I have been shit. For want of a better word, I've been shit. But I'm back now. I'm gonna work on some guests and stuff, and actually, the sad thing is as well. The absolute sad thing is that because of my dog's health issues, I have been sort of a little bit stressed, and now I just feel a sense of I'm actually quite relieved because a he doesn't have to suffer anymore, and obviously back then I didn't know that he had cancer. So when he was having the bouts of upset stomachs, I didn't know that he had cancer. Unfortunately, that didn't get picked up until during the operation, and then obviously it all just snowballed. But I'm actually relieved that he doesn't have to suffer anymore. I'm relieved that he's at peace now, which is the main thing. But yeah, listen, guys, I'm gonna throw everything into this channel. I'm working on stuff, working on things and things to do and content to bring you, and I'm gonna bring you some guests as well. But listen, let's get back onto the Leeds game. I'm going to wrap up with my team lineup, and then I'm going to wrap up with a score prediction. So yeah, I think the lineup for the Leeds game is going to be pretty much the same. If I'm being honest, the Leeds game is going to. I think we're going to see a lineup that we've seen quite often this season in the Premier League. So I'm going to go with Ramsdale in goal. I'm going to go with Ben White, Gabriel Saliba, and Tomiyasu as the back line. Then I'm going to go with Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Odegaard, and then the front three of Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and Bukayo Saka. So that would be my lineup for the Leeds game, and I think that's a pretty strong lineup. And yeah, I'm gonna go for a 4-1 score prediction. I have so much faith in Arsenal at the moment. I'm going for 4-1. But yeah, listen, guys, that's it for today's show. I am back permanently. I will drop a video on Monday. When I get back from Leeds, I'll be doing a review on Monday, because going to the game and then well, not me driving, obviously that'd be a fucking disaster. But my friend's driving back on Sunday, so I won't get back till late on Sunday. So I'll do the review on Monday. I'll come on, I'll do it live, probably be about 6:30 in the evening again. So I'll do that. And then, yeah, keep a check out for I'll let you know when I'm going to start, when I'm launching the podcast. The podcast will be pre-recorded as well. So it won't be live. It'll be pre-recorded, and then I'll upload the episodes as and when. I'm actually going to do some work next week on the channel and just tidy it up a little bit and put everything into playlists and stuff. So if you do see some changes visibly to the channel, it's just me tidying it up. So yeah, I'm going to tidy this up. But yeah, guys, I'm back and I'm going to bring you lots of content. Like I say, the World Cup's coming up, so I'll do some watch-alongs. I'm not going to burn myself out with watch-alongs this World Cup, but I'm going to do some. And yeah, it's going to be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So listen, great to be back. Great to interact with you guys again. Do hit the like button on your way out. Do hit the subscribe button. And I will catch you all incredibly soon. Take care, guys. Come on, you Gunners.